On everybody, welcome to TV Sports 27, a little early morning stream for you guys as we are coming to you with some NCAA college football here, and we're jumping into, I don't know, playing around with doing some more streaming again. Football here. Well, there's just me doing an audio test so that you can hear that works. PS5 has been really annoying lately. PS5 has been giving me a lot of corrupted files, so unfortunately some videos coming up as of late aren't going to be uploaded. We lost an NXT episode, we lost a couple of Madden parts of a game, we lost some RXFL games. PS5 support has not been helpful. I mean, they said rebuild the database in safe mode, tried that. So you know what, I just said forget it. I'm just going to stream it. I'll stream it on YouTube. We'll do it that way, and the views are going to be what the views are going to be. We're still going to have our Patreon stuff, patreon.com/TBSports27. We're still going to switch between doing streams without commentary just to see which ones you guys like more, which ones get the different views, and we're going to do the streams with the commentary, kind of like we are doing today. So, yeah. So we're jumping in. We're going to do college football here today. And interesting, as we're starting our 7th season, we are ranked number 1, and I actually could not believe that because as we go into the contracts here, I will show you that we were on the hot seat 2 seasons ago. I was thinking I was getting fired, that we were going to be toast. We're playing with Peyton Manning. We're coaching the Tennessee Volunteers. Started in 2024, 6-6 season. We in the 6 years have won a total of 1 bowl game and 1 playoff game. So you see we've had 3 6-6 years. We had a bowl game loss in 2025, a bowl game win 2026. Then we went back-to-back years without going to a bowl game. And then last year we had our amazing run, which led us into the first round of the college football playoff, got the win, but then got the overtime loss to Oklahoma State in the Cotton Bowl. Going into this year, somehow, we are ranked number 1, and maybe they're just looking at our recruiting class. We'll take a look at the depth chart here, so you guys can get an eye on it. But we got Chris Fritz coming back. Now, actually, in training, Theo Schlesinger, who, you know, has the stronger arm, the better arm, he was ranked higher than Chris Fritz, but based on, you know, Fritz is kind of the scrambler, Schlesinger is kind of the pocket passer kind of guy. But Chris Fritz has been the guy last year. He won us 11 games. He was the guy the year before, so we bump him up to starter. It's been kind of a hot competition between the two, but when we let Schlesinger play, it wasn't really a strong output here. Glenn Allen, he comes in as a transfer. He's ranked 89. He's going to be a senior. Mike Brightwell, who's been our guy the last few years, kind of has to take a back seat. See if he gets upset about that. Possibly maybe an angry transfer. But if that happens, we got a couple guys waiting in the wings that are pretty solid. We have a Heisman candidate, and it's George Uki. He is a Heisman hopeful, a 93 rank. Can you look at his history? Do they let you? Can you look at the past stats? There's not an easy way to see the past from this screen, obviously. There is a way to see his past stats, but solid wide receiver core. A lot of seniors, so that's going to be tough to. This is kind of our one shot maybe to make this national title run. And definitely some new guys coming in at tight end that we hadn't seen before. Offensive line, sitting solid. We got a couple of 80s and 90s. Center looking good. Right guard, 87 if you want to say that's your weak point. And then left end, we got Josh Hay. He's supposed to be bringing in all kinds of awards on that left side. On the right side, you got Richard Hopper, who's coming in. I mean, everyone's in. I guess maybe that's why they ranked us, saying that we are the number 1 team in the country. Weak point so far on defense is your middle linebacker, and an 85. When your 85 is your weak point, you know you're looking good. Here, Terrain, who I don't think played at all last year. These are all guys that are moving up in the depth chart from last season. Here's your weak point, your freshman free safety. It looks like we don't really have many options at free safety, so we might have to possibly play around, maybe move a strong safety into that mix. I mean, maybe we do that, because let's go back to it. We only have one strong safety, too. We just not do a good job recruiting strong safety and free safety, I guess. So that's rough. Got a better kicker. Garcia's been struggling a little bit, so we got Zolaman coming in. He's an 80th ranked overall, and Jake Steed as well. So exciting things to be happening for Tennessee football here as we go into this new season. And I guess we will... No, I don't want to quit. We will look at custom schedules I set up already. This is, we do the home and homes with a lot of teams where we got the 3-game series with James Madison. We went there last year. They come to us twice. Northern Illinois, the rematch from that crazy shootout. And then we go to USF, which was the rematch from last year's game. We also have a kickoff game that the game gave us against Virginia, the Aflac kickoff, which will be the game that we play here. We've played a couple of kickoff games, the Camping World kickoff, the Aflac. There was one of the Cowboy ones, I think, that we had. And then our season schedule here. Finally, I think it's the first time we've played LSU in 7 years. Sometimes the schedule, we also hadn't played Kentucky in forever. The scheduling can be kind of interesting. Like, there's certain SEC teams that you almost never see. Like I said, this is year 7. First time playing LSU. I don't think we've ever played Florida, and we've played Auburn one time, I believe. So sometimes the schedule, I mean, it's a huge conference nowadays, but it's like we get Texas and Oklahoma and South Carolina every year on the schedule. I think A&M as well. But like Auburn, LSU, we're finally playing LSU, Florida, almost never see. So that's, yeah, kind of on that. But yeah, ranked number 1. Surprise, considering that we were on the hot seat a year ago, coming off a couple of back-to-back 6-6 years. Had that playoff season in between. But let's set up our recruiting board here. And I guess we can just go crazy. We obviously... we need wide receivers because those are going to be... I guess maybe just add like the top of the top here. See if we can go strong with wide receiver because we need a bunch of those. Strong safety we obviously need. Let's see if we can land a defensive tackle. Keep that going. But strong safety and free safety, I want to make sure we load up on that because that looked like our weak points, at least this season. So, I mean, I'm going. These guys are interested. We're gonna try to nab them. Strong safety here. This guy's 3rd interested. He's a 3-star. Or do we? And let's just throw in a 4-star here. He's open. We'll see if we can grab him. And what was it? Middle linebacker was the other one that we were kind of in the 80s a little bit. And we'll toss we'll toss a 3-star in there just to see if you can grab a guy, nab someone. Wide receivers, kind of loaded up on. I mean, if these guys are interested, we'll go after all of them. I think that's a good start for now. And then where can we see like what players we need? There's usually oh here, team needs. It's a completely separate menu. So fullback, we don't really use fullback that much, I suppose. Trying to look at what we got in the future. I mean, running back, I feel like we're okay. Because we got freshmen and stuff that are coming up that are going to be solid. Maybe tight end we need to look at. This guy, I mean, if you're interested, if you're top and you're first interested, maybe those are the guys we focus on first, trying to get them wrapped up. I mean, do we go after a fullback? Why not throw one on there? Athlete, possibly. Right tackle that's interested. I suppose it can't hurt, even though we don't need it. Is this the right strategy? Going after the guys that are top interested. Maybe try to land them early on. I mean, they're solid. They're 4 or 5 stars. So why not try to wrap, those guys up? and then maybe kind of go after the guys that might not be super interested. I mean, it's not like these are bad. These are bad names. These are all solid 4 or 5 star guys that we're looking at that are interested here. 5 star that wants to come. Let's go. All right, Troy Aikman. I said, Coach, I'm coming. All right, let's. How many does that give us? 33, and you can have up to 35. So let's start. We are national rank. So let's go for the top of the top, I guess, to begin with. Do some scouting. So this is the part I never know. I usually cut this out on my YouTube videos, and I guess you guys will have to let me know. I guess I'll know with the viewership if this is interesting to people or not, because I usually cut this out, but since we are streaming, obviously we are doing it live. If this does not seem like it gets a lot of views or people are not interested in it, then I will go back to just streaming the games and I will do this stuff off camera, or maybe I'll do this stuff for our Patreon, patreon.com/tvsports27. That could be something if the viewership looks like it's not great. For these videos where we do kind of this extended look, that's something I may just do for our Patreon members and put that up over there. So that is something we'll maybe play around with in this video. So let me know with your viewership, and patreon.com/tvsports27. We got some WWE 2K coming up. NWO sold out around the corner that we got. We got ECW One Night Stand coming up. So got some exciting stuff on the horizon for you guys, and some of those other YouTube uploads will be coming as well. We'll be getting those up on the channel. So, all right, let's jump into. Okay, so he's kind of under-delivering a list. So that bumps him down to a 4-star, which is still not bad. It's still not bad. We're gonna throw a scholarship his way because he is interested. So free safety that we really need. He looks like our new running back that we just got in. 5-star and scholarship his way. I guess this is all just the scouting because we can't do any actions right now. So this is just deciding if we want to offer scholarships. So again, that's kind of disappointing. A lot of these 5 stars kind of. Okay, so we want to go all in here because we need wide receivers, especially going into the next year where, you know, most of our receivers are seniors, so we definitely need that. I mean, 4 stars, these are all solid numbers. I'm interested too, because I had not streamed before, the drum line. Maybe this will all be cut out. Look at that. That's a 4-star that got dinged right there. I did not give him a scholarship. I have been dinged in the past with this drum line causing a copyright, which is interesting. So I don't know if that'll be the case. Man, we're getting a lot of busts early on. I mean, not busts, but they're these 4 stars. So that's a 4-star that'd be coming out as a 5-star. That's best thing I read is someone on Reddit said, if you get the gem, basically add a star, and if you get the X, subtract a star. So that's the difference between a 3-star and a 5-star, a hidden gem, if you will. So like that's a 5-star. And what if we just load up on 5-star receiver? I just gave that guy a scholarship without even scouting him. We were that high on him. Okay. It ended up working out for the best. So I honestly didn't expect Tennessee. Like I said, I thought we were going to get fired, but in my past with playing college football, I've kind of bounced around from team to team. I guess my biggest run was the Utah Utes, which at some point I still want to jump back into because we are in the midst of the Oklahoma undefeated season. Now, I bet it'll be, rather strange to probably go back and play that when I'm so used to playing this game. But that is also going to require me hooking up the Xbox, the capture card, all that stuff. These days, I've been recording straight off of the PS5, which, as I've mentioned with the corrupted videos, has caused its own issues. Man, I've never seen so many strikeouts on guys. This is kind of crazy. But that's why we're doing our scouting, so we can knock some of these guys off the board. And not to say they're going to be total busts or losers, just because, oh, I backed out. Okay. They still could be solid even with the bad gem. But early on in the recruiting process, you know, why go after the guys that are going to be down a star? And we are about to run out of our man hours soon. So did we get many of our corners or strong safeties? I feel like a lot of our, or not corners, free safeties and strong safeties were kind of those gems that were not too good. Oh, we only got 20 hours left. Should we put it here? Let's try it. We'll give him a scholarship. We won't be able to scout all the way. All right, that's good for right now. I believe we have a bye week as we're going to go into the season. As we mentioned, Heisman candidate right there, wide receiver Heisman candidate, so we will see. And we should have a bye week to begin the year, and then we will do our kickoff game here. So, Mixon's in the top 8 schools, great. So we'll have a little bit more recruiting to do. And this is where I kind of mentioned, there you see where the rankings are. Number 1, Tennessee. And last year, let me look in my archives here, because I usually take the screenshots. Who won the national championship last year? It was Oregon, who was number 2. They knocked off Oklahoma State, the team that beat us. Oklahoma State down there at 8. Let's look at our conference team. We got Texas and Oklahoma in the top 10 from our conference, as well as Georgia. So 4 teams from our conference in the top 10. Arkansas at 11, Mississippi State at 13, Alabama and Auburn 16, 17. Texas and Kentucky and Texas A&M down there as well. So some stiff competition, if you will. All right, so we get 900 hours and we can mess around. Let's go back to our interested guys and let's try to hammer home the guys that may be interested. Send the house on those guys to give them a bump. And I think that's our main focus for right now. So let's, even though these guys, tell you what, I will give you some points, but I don't know if you're not highly touted at this stage of the recruitment process. Late in the game, maybe, you know, we try to bring you in. I think we bounce him. Late in the game, maybe we try to bring you in, but early on in the process, especially while we got this number 1 ranking, we got to take advantage of it. At one point when we were on the hot seat, those A pluses and B minuses, those were like in the red. We were in a really, really bad way. Now this guy, he's still a 4-star, so even though he's got the ding on him, we'll still take it. So yeah, we're just sending the house right now. And so I think we're gonna drop these guys, even though they're interested. Yeah, in this early process, you gotta be top of the line. So we're competing with Oregon here. So that's the number 1, number 2 battle here. So we're battling it out, trying to get that top spot. Get that free safety that we need. Okay, let's make sure our national rank that we're getting our 5 stars before we run out of man hours here. He's still a 4-star. All right, we need the safety. Safety Free safety, strong safety is what we definitely need right now. So that's what we'll put our focus into. I guess we'll throw a scholarship his way. It's still a 4-star. And these are the top national ranked guys. We're about to run out of points. 3-star. Can get rid of you. 50 points there. And let's DM. Okay. So obviously not everybody got the attention here. Go back. That's okay. We will remove you and remove you for the time being. The rest of you guys, sorry, maybe next week we'll talk to you. I'll leave the 3 stars on there for right now, but we've got most of the guys we're talking to. We'll get rid of you. So we got some points, and we're going after some heavy hitters early on. We got 21 scholarships out there right now, which leaves room to still get some more. So we're gonna go into next week, which is gonna be our kickoff game against Virginia. And let's see. So we're still in the mix, top 8 schools. Nobody, it doesn't look like, they never give you time. The game just auto goes to the next thing. Doesn't give you the time. So we got Tennessee, Virginia, number 1, number 24. Any big stories from week 1? Any upsets? Notre Dame, 77 points on FCS West. Good night. Since it was week 0, can we look at, because there's not going to be that many games to look at. I wonder, did Notre Dame get any Heisman candidates off of that week 1 game? You got Houston with the win, Marshall and Kennesaw, that was the big blowout of the week. Boise State snuck by Middle Tennessee. Washington, no problem against Akron. Low scoring battle. Looking like an Arlington Renegades game, huh? That's a deep cut. Okay. We'll jump back into recruiting. And we got 5 points, so we don't have a whole lot to go off of. Other than the fact that I'm liking the fact that Hippenhammer is liking us. We're pretty high up right now. He's got to start cutting some teams. If guys are pulling away like this, I don't want to cut back too early, but you can kind of pull some points. Maybe put it towards some other players. I don't know if that'll hurt us in the long run. Maybe it's still a little too early to be doing that. Five points to give. I don't know where we got 5 points from, but see, he's pretty far ahead. Some of these are going to be a fight, so maybe we leave these alone for right now. You know, obviously we're not going to get everybody on this list, especially when there's only so many points to go around, but I think it is time. I talked about this in one of my previous Madden videos. Don't know if it's been uploaded yet, but this will be my first time to try it in this game. I changed in Madden. I was using the new revamped passing. For all the seasons previous to this, I was using it in Madden. I finally got to the point in Madden where it was very frustrating, and it was mainly when I was doing the RXFL games because I'm playing with legend quarterbacks that are ranked in the 90s, and I'm throwing terrible passes, and I'm going back and watching the videos and realize I'm hitting in the red a lot. And for someone, I guess, that's been playing for this long, it's just not natural to only hold down the button for a very short amount of time and let go to try to do this perfect pass. Sometimes if there's an open receiver, man, I'm mashing down the button, I'm throwing a bullet pass, but the revamped passing just doesn't let you do that, because if you hold the button down too long, it goes into the red, and then your receivers are kind of moving their arms behind them to try to catch the pass. So having a lot of 6-and-6 seasons, I left the difficulty the same. My sliders are all the same, which if you guys want to see the sliders that we are rolling with, these are just my sliders that I've played with. So I've changed the passing to classic mode. So pass blocking is at 100, and you still get 1,000,000 sacks a game. And I always say this, any setting I change on my end, I do for the computer. I don't make any advantage one way or the other. Pass blocking at 100, still a huge issue. Everything else is at the standard 50s. Bumbles down just a little bit. The pass defense reaction time and interceptions, I put down to 35 and 10, just because you get a bunch of those. A ton of interceptions. Maybe reaction time could be bumped up a bit, but even with these settings, you still get a lot of interceptions. And field goal power, just because field goal, there's not a lot of good kickers. Like, I recruited a kicker that's several stars, and it was an 80 overall. Like, there's not highly ranked kickers. Punt power as well. Pass interference is jacked up. You still don't get any pass interferences in the game. And roughing and running into the kicker is just way too sensitive in this game. I have it off on here, and I have it off on Madden as well. The camera angles as well for trying to block kicks. You just can't see when you're about to hit a kicker. So half the time you get flagged for a penalty, and you don't even realize you've come near them. So that's what we are playing with. We wanted to look at stats, right? We wanted to look at player card here, so you can kind of see what our guy Chris Fritz from Cottondale, Alabama. Isn't there a way to see his all-time? Yes, so you can kind of see what he did. He came in a little bit 2 years ago. This was kind of when we were having our 6-6 year, not doing too well, down, but came in, made some plays, see a lot of interceptions, but last year had a really good year with the 29 touchdowns, passing 3,000 yards, rushing wise as well, 7 touchdowns on the ground. You see Chris Fritz more of a scrambler, and then we wanted to look at again, Brightwell, you know, we're kind of moving him down because we brought in that top recruit. Whether or not that's going to upset him or not, it might. I'm interested to see what the new guy does. Last year, he had 1,400 yards. But we got a new guy that's coming in that's supposed to be even better. So we'll see. If it doesn't end up, we'll go back to Brightwell. But I also do use a little bit of a 2 running back system as well. How's Andy Kinder not the Heisman candidate? He is not, but this man right here, George Uki, is a Heisman candidate, and looking at his past stats, hasn't been all that impressive. So, but he is a Heisman candidate this year. People think he's going to be the top dog. Somehow Andy Kinder, I guess they're going based on rankings, is not main guy. He had 1,000 yards last year, but we'll see. It's all going to lead up to this first year. As I said, kickoff games. We've had our struggles in the past. We had the Camping World kickoff with Michigan State that started one of our 6-6 years into a rough tailspin. We had one of these kickoff games, the Aflac one against Syracuse, that we had a much better effort in. And then, what was it, the Cowboy kickoff? Can we look into the archives real quick? I think it was the Cowboy kickoff that we had one year. I know we've had a couple of kickoff games. No, it was the North Carolina State. It was the Duke's Mayo kickoff that we had. So that was a loss. The Camping World one was a loss, and we had the win against Syracuse. So we haven't done too good in these kickoff games in the past. We're going to see what happens here in this one. Number 1, Tennessee, about to take the field for the first time. We're going to go traditional. We're gonna go the all white. Let's see what we got for. I don't like teams. Very rare it works out. Like Michigan, it works. Tennessee, it works. But teams that have the number without the outline, give me an orange outline on that number. I know we got a lot of choices, so let's play around. Let's shuffle it up through Virginia. See what we got here. And they're gonna come out with the white helmet. Maybe they'll elect to wear white. Maybe we'll be in orange for this one, even though they're the home team. Let's see. A random shot. Ooh, they're going to go orange, so they want to dress like us. That's interesting. They're gonna come out looking like number 1 a little bit. And white pants. So they're going to go, they're going to go Tennessee look. And we are going to go, obviously, with our classic, the all white. to start things off.
Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Virginia Cavaliers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
All right, look at this. You guys ever been to this arena before? I've been one time, not for a football game. I just wanted to see the arena. But I went for a dirt bike event. All right, let's see this #1. I was completely shocked starting off and seeing this team ranked #1. There he is, Coach Peyton Manning, in year number 7, on the hot seat 2 years ago. And we have changed the passing to classic, as we mentioned. Let's see how it goes.
As a quarterback, I need to know I have a guy I can throw to when I get into a jam. Who can I count on? It's that guy right there.
Starting off with Andy Kinder.
I'm going to throw you the football when I trust you to run the right route, be at the right depth, catch the football. This guy's kind of earned that throughout his career.
It's been a while. I haven't played this game in a while. I've been playing a lot of WWE. I've been playing a lot of Madden. So trying to get back in the flow, because it definitely plays a lot different than Madden, a lot quicker than Madden. There's our new recruit, or I should say transfer portal, Glenn Allen, the senior. I don't remember where he came from. I don't remember what team he transferred from, and I don't know if there's a way to look at that, but that is a good start.
It's this kind of people they are, right? Tennessee people are physical. They want
to get that first down with Allen. Look at this opening here, and Allen for 4. We talked about Mike Brightwell, obviously, getting a little upset after a 1,500-yard season, getting the bench here. You know, probably wondering, hey, why are you going out and recruiting? Oh, look at this. Our new tight end pushing through. Look at Florida losing to Rice. 10-8, looking like another UFL score. Nicely done. This is an excellent opening drive, and I can take shots because I'm an Arlington Renegades fan, and they've been having some rough times on offense, and a lot of their scores are looking like that 10-8 score. So here's Brightwell coming in. Maybe we get the 1-2 punch with Brightwell and Allen. This is an excellent opening drive for #1 in the nation. I thought we had a lot more work to do. I know we came off of a playoff year, and there's Allen, and that's why Allen got the nod, and that is an excellent opening drive for the Tennessee Volunteers, #1 in the nation. Like I said, just considering that we came off of 3 6-6 seasons over the last 6 years, we finally got to the playoffs, but that second round game was kind of a rough one, but they saw something in the recruiting that they said this team's looking good. #1, the fact that Peyton Manning was on the hot seat and then 2 years later has the #1 team in the nation is why it shocked me. But that looked like an opening drive from a top team in the nation.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
2 years ago on the hot seat, we played 3 different quarterbacks. That was Chris Fritz's first year. He was a third stringer because we had LaDainian Britton. Of course, we played Theo Schlesinger for a time. And then Chris Fritz at the end. Quarterback carousel to get to a 6-6 year. Last year, with Chris Fritz as the starter, get to the second round of the playoffs. And then to come into this year and be #1 in the country, yeah. They're going to go shotgun here. Empty set.
two of the best running backs in the business here.
And the defenses now, like, they know the challenge.
And first down for the Cavaliers.
They got to be physical, committing guys to the box, not letting these running backs have success today.
Off the play fake on first down to throw.
Yikes, dumped that off for 3-yard loss.
Footwork along the sideline. It is a catch. Let's see what they've got on second down. Power football with the run.
You'll have to pardon the controller sounds. I mean, they're going to be picked up on the mic here. But when you're trying to blitz and you're trying to push back past the lineman, you're going to be making a lot of noise.
Trying to move the sticks on
Drop the blitz. Oh, and they just get the first down.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Now on first down.
Number 11, I've not been able to get a name on him yet, but he read the blitz and was able to quickly get rid of it for the Cavs.
They'll go to the ground.
ACC-SEC battle.
3 yards out of that one somehow. It's second
As we mentioned, we played Syracuse in this game a couple of years ago. We also had the home-and-home with Stanford, which is an ACC team.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out.
There, we finally get the stop. So 4th and 2, and they are going to go for it here. Ruben is the name of the Virginia quarterback. Doesn't look like he scrambles much. Kind of stays in the pocket.
And get the first down. You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness.
Here comes that pressure, and it is knocked away, and it is a turnover on downs. Nothing on that first outing from Josh Hay, who is our other top guy to watch this season.
From the gun, the running back has it.
Allen, great blocking, and there goes Allen down the sideline. Allen coming into Tennessee, the controversy with getting the job over Mike Brightwell. And he's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Man, I wish I had looked at, I mean, you have a whole bunch of transfers, right? And you just kind of start recruiting them, so you don't really look at where they came from. I wish I had done that to know what college. If he came from a small college, did he transfer from somewhere bigger? Either way, Allen, hot start here.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Sorry to Mike Brightwell. He could be frustrated. I get it, 1,500 yards a year ago, but man, he's coming in rushing like this. He wants to come to Tennessee. We bring him, and it's 14-0.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. USC looks like a legit title contender right now. That offense is just having its way. They're up by 21 over the Pandas. For now, it's
Pandas,
fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Oh, they still stopped him, though.
Picked up 3 out to the 35.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance.
Let's...
Super successful.
Yeah, free fire.
Take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Cancel. Oh, what's happening? This game's like freaking out. Oh, they're going to throw it. Oh, my goodness, and they get us.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw.
They read our defense good, man. They got it. They got it figured out. I was trying to switch players, and the controller's freaking out. I don't think that affected that last play, but
leaves it with the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
yeah, it's weird playing this after playing Madden for a time, because definitely there's a speed difference between this game and Madden.
From the gun, running back on the move. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think you run that play. So
Hopper's already kind of feeling it.
Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium.
Ooh, we got a flag.
Run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They need the 40 to convert here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping
And
the play alive.
under duress, guys just stand there looking at him. I think you have to hit the right stick to get them to rush in. Now, he said he wasn't a scrambling quarterback. He took the scramble there. And Virginia trying to stop the hurt and get some points on the board. That could have been a flag. That was some contact made on that slide. They didn't show us any stats. Sorry, Fowler.
First down to start the drive after the break.
Is it Fowler? No, it's a... I think it's a Reese Davis. There we go. There's a collapsed pocket, and Ruben goes down. There's Josh Hay that we said is the other guy to watch. Be getting a lot of accolades.
Really need to pick up some yardage this
So we got the
time
backup
on
quarterback
2nd and long.
coming in now for the Cavaliers.
Now they'll run it
As
to the
I
right
just
here.
fall on my face.
And he's going to be taken down.
So we got a decision here. This is probably going to be a holding. And it is. Do we back them up into a second and super long? Or do we keep them? I think we'll back them up just because that really puts them, out of field goal range. Where we keep them at 3rd and 15. They make a throw. They're still in field goal range.
For the 7th time on this drive. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to
They're
get
going
a
to
read.
empty and they're going to screen pass it. Referees say incomplete. So 3rd and 27 if you're Virginia. I think you just try to get into field goal range here. Plenty of time for the backup. They didn't get into field goal range. Boy, our defense fell apart. We went to a cover 4, playing zone, trying to stop the big throw, and the backup quarterback comes in, and Espada gets the catch, the nice block down the field, and the Cavaliers on the board.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Stick to the running game, right? Let's see what Allen can do some more.
Time in Tennessee. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive,
And we're going to get a call for holding.
something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get
Yeah,
their
pressure's
win.
kind of on us now.
Quickly complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position.
You cannot allow the Cavaliers start building some momentum here. So we gotta get points on this drive, or else Virginia's right back in this one. Ooh, that one knocked away, and all of a sudden it is 3rd and 8 for Chris Fritz and the Volunteers.
And that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Nicely done, connecting with Andy Kinder.
Gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Volunteers will snap it.
And that's what I kind of like about classic passing. Again, I don't have to focus on I guess the thing I don't like about I've learned that I didn't like about the revamped passing is, like I said, when a guy's open like that, I want to just mash the button down and thread the needle, and you couldn't do that because you had to hold the button down for a very small amount of time, like seconds, and then let go, and it just felt unnatural when you're trying to throw a bullet pass, and if you hold it down too far, then it's going to be a bad pass, and it's like, well, you know, I'd rather the quarterback's rating dictate whether the pass is going to be bad or not, where I can just kind of like, okay, I can read, find the open guy, boom, connect. But let me know in the comments which passing, you know, there's 4 different ones to pick from. Is there one you've seen that you like better than others? Fritz. Oh my goodness. Oh, terrible. Left tackle gets dinged on that one.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive.
So this drive has not quite been as smooth as the first two. Our first bit of
they make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk.
What do you say? Our first bit of
this offense has a
adversity so far this season.
He's looking to throw.
See, like that, I would not have been able to thread the needle like that on revamped passing. Either that or I just haven't learned to do it the correct way.
They're going back to the ground. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good game.
What do you think? We take a shot at the end zone here on 1st and 10? I'm looking at Kinder if he's there. Maybe Uki over the top. Let's see if we got. I don't see anything there, but oh my! I had a wide open man, and I suppose that's going to be the difference in classic passing and the revamp passing, is you really don't have control over the arc. That's a wide open man in the end zone that if that ball is thrown a little higher, perhaps, you know, you do a lob pass there. But that's a wide open receiver in the end zone that the ball got picked off because it was thrown too low. So there you go. And Virginia's got a shot heading into the locker room. They got their starting quarterback back in there. They got the shot now. Tie this one up.
Gave him the ball and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
We're bringing everyone free fire. We're bringing the free fire on this while they're in the pistol. They're gonna go with the quarterback read option, and he doesn't even get a yard.
The Cavaliers send out the punt unit.
Boy, interesting play call with your injured quarterback. I guess they must think he's healthy to let him keep the ball. And Virginia, on what was a pretty big drive for them to get back into this game, goes 3 and out, and we got a nice return here from Max Sambucci. All right, answer bad. We had our first bad drive of the season a moment ago. Now we got to respond. Play action fake, and Fritz unable to get rid of the football. He loses it, and we find ourselves 2nd and long. Wow. And that's where I talk about the offensive line play in this game, even set to 100, can leave a lot to be desired. Let's see what we got. We got maybe Uki on the outside if he's got one-on-one. He is going to be one-on-one. Let's see if he can make the catch. There's your Heisman candidate coming through. One-on-one, 50-50 jump ball. And he just made one for the Heisman highlight reel. Well, there's something about a guy that only got a fistful of yards his first 3 years that people looked at him and say, man, he must have had an excellent off-season camp. He must have had an excellent blue-orange or white-orange game, because the Heisman voters said, boy, this guy had an amazing, but one guy that we're not talking about, the recruit, the transfer, Greg Allen, if he gets his third touchdown of the day on the board, he might be looking to steal some of that Heisman hype right now.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in.
And the brand new volunteer transfer has 3 rushing touchdowns.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons.
So far, outside of a couple of rough patches, you cannot ask for a better first half to our Aflac kickoff game here. Of course, we got other non-conference games if you guys are just tuning in. We got the rematch with Northern Illinois, which if you guys did not see that shootout last season, well, the first half was a shootout. The second half, Northern Illinois did not score at all, but there were a lot of points to be had in that game. The rematch is happening, and then we go to Northern Illinois either next season or the season after. It always depends on how the schedule works. If there's open spots, like for example, we didn't know this kickoff game was going to be scheduled, so we had to move one of our non-conference games with Middle Tennessee back to next year. Look at this one-on-one, and it's intercepted. We got some daylight in front of us. Oh, I did not see those guys coming into the right side of the screen, and he is injured again. Second time that Juan has gotten injured. And maybe we take a shot. We just came up with that big play. We got momentum. Do we take a shot? Well, I don't see a free safety on that left side. They're all lined up on the right. If Uki's one-on-one, I think we're taking a shot, and we got him one-on-one.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
Oh my goodness, it was tipped, and it was right there. Oh my goodness. That would have been, that might have been the first half dagger right there. Chris Fritz is going to run it. Ooh, was waiting for that block by Kinder. I'm watching that clock. Don't worry, minute 15 here. And there's a first down. Still watching the clock with a minute. Got 3 timeouts. Again, quick plug, patreon.com/tvsports27. If you guys want to help support the channel, we're going to be doing some more Patreon bonus stuff. Fritz just couldn't find anyone open. We're going to be picking a game or 2 out of the season for this and for Madden to throw up on Patreon, so make sure you guys are signed up over there. And as I mentioned, if the viewership isn't really high for kind of our, like this video, I'll assume it's kind of the recruitment stuff at the beginning. I'll leave that for Patreon as well, but we got ECW One Night Stand, which continues to be a Patreon exclusive. So we got a lot of good stuff still to come. Fritz over the middle to Kinder. We're going to take our second time out. Yeah, mainly been doing a lot of football and WWE these days. I have not picked up any of the new MLB The Shows. I'm kind of soured on just basketball and hockey right now, like the games that they put out. NBA 2K is just so microtransaction ridden. It's not even fun, and the hockey games have. I mean, you can go look at the videos we've done so far. Fritz. Oh my goodness, that was supposed to be a jump pass, and Uki just kind of. That's one of the frustrating things about the EA games, Madden and college football, is your receivers will get locked into running the route no matter what. You throw up a jump ball like this, and this is a perfect example. Pressure's coming, I throw up a jump ball. He's locked into running the route instead of playing the ball. You see, look at this. Interceptions are turned down to 10, and defensive awareness has turned down to 35. We've had 3 interceptions in this game so far. So even with interceptions at 10, it's a crazy, ridiculous amount. Anyway, issue in this game, it's an issue with Madden. Receivers get stuck to the route. So in a case where, okay, you got pressure coming in your face, you got to get rid of it, you toss it up, the receiver will not run for the football. He gets glued to his route while the defensive player will break. I mean, they don't have a route, right? They're just in coverage. They will come up and make a play on the ball and make an interception, while your receiver, Uki, he's a Heisman candidate. Can we go in depth maybe? Am I breaking away from it? I just want to get my point across, because it's been like this for years in Madden. I know this game just came out. Where the heck are the past replays? Is it under stats? Isn't there a list where you can look at every replay from every play? Or is it not while you're about to run a play? It's like in the huddle. Anyway, yeah, the receiver gets locked to the route and will not fight the corner for the ball, where the corner will come up and fight the receiver for the ball. So that's kind of annoying. I wish the receiver would fight like the corners do.
His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of
we got TB Sports mascot Luna the cat joining us here. Almost fell off the couch. That's okay. All right, second half. Yeah, so streaming era, I guess, because the PS5 kind of forced our way. We'll just do it all in one video. We had been doing like one part. I've been trying to do, as you saw, 30-minute uploads on YouTube, a part 1, a part 2, viewership. People tend to click on a 30-minute video before they'll click on a 1 hour. This will be an hour and a half with doing the recruiting. But here we go, the highlights. But we, since the PlayStation is not recording videos correctly, this is the era when. Okay, so let's analyze this. And for any maybe dev, anyone that might be watching, and I say that with the utmost respect to someone that has no video game experience, know-how, but you see, he's running the route, and quarterback's under pressure. It's like, man, I got to get rid of this. It's closing in. Again, here's our 100 overall pass blocking, and he just gets blown through. That's set to 100. And then he just kind of doesn't do anything over there. But anyway, he's running the complete route, so we throw it up. Somehow, I mean, he's able to see. He's got his back to it. I guess he has enough time to turn around. But Uki, who's a Heisman candidate, a 91, 93 ranked overall, there's no reason he should be running back behind the defender and then getting stuck. Let's see where the ball is thrown. So the ball is thrown here. He sees that the ball is thrown at this point. The ball is here. He's looking back and sees, okay, the ball is in the air. The defender sees the ball is in the air. Instead, he runs behind the defender, and the defender runs up. At this point, the ball, they are both looking at it. The ball is right here. He should be not going behind the defender. He should be engaging with the defender. And at this point, like, look at how long, even when he gets his footing, look at how long he stands there. 1, 2. That's 2 seconds by the time he gets his footing. That he should be already running up, making a play on the ball. So that's something that's really bad that needs to be fixed. So, but it's been like that for years. Obviously, this game is brand new. We got the new game coming out soon. Not planning on buying it unless it's like really crazy good and different. And I'm definitely not buying any games brand new anytime soon. Have you heard, between Nintendo, Microsoft, these $80 games that are coming out? I'm not going to buy a game full price anymore. Especially when if you wait 5-6 months. WWE 2K, which I paid full price for, $70, it's already like 30% off. And it's only been out like 2 months. So anyway, yeah, NCAA 26 will not be bought unless, like, the big new feature it seems like it has so far is that the real coaches are in the game. Other than that, and of course they'll have Delaware and Missouri State, which are moving up to FBS. But other than that, unless there's like a significant crazy difference, if they fix like the issues with the numerous interceptions, the biggest issues with this game is the interceptions, the pass blocking, and your receivers not playing the ball, like just being stuck to their route. Other than that, it's a beautiful game. It's an awesome game. Graphically, it looks great. It sounds great. But definitely a couple of those issues. And my other issue I'll keep saying about Madden in this game, you don't get any running stats like on the bottom of the screen. Ticker's been broken for a bit in this game too, as well as Madden, where it'll just cycle through, like, you know, I'm getting Louisiana Monroe, Troy scores over and over. I'm getting East Carolina. I'm getting Florida and Rice. But we got the number 3 team in the country right now playing. Have you seen a single update from the number 3 team in the country other than that one break-in, like the score break-in that they did? That was a bounce for us. Like, let me know next time you see the number 3 team in the country, the score being run at the bottom of the screen. Ticker is broken in this game. Ticker is broken in Madden as well, where it'll show the same game over and over. So that is, and every time I play these games, it ends up just being a rant on something they can do better. Ticker is broken. That needs to be fixed. Offensive line needs to be fixed. Wide receivers not playing the ball needs to be fixed. Everything other than that, it is a beautiful game. Rankings as well, they're kind of broken in this game. They not enough teams will go undefeated, and they'll also rank teams that have multiple losses ahead of undefeated teams, which is kind of weird. And everyone knows about like the schedules being messed up, so they got a lot of things to work on. We'll see if that actually gets fixed or not. But for now, we need to focus on what is a pretty important drive here in the third quarter.
He's looking to throw.
Oh, I should have taken a shot. Well, we're gonna end up being pretty good. I should have thrown the ball. I had an open man, but I didn't want to keep throwing underneath stuff.
Initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open, and he doesn't panic.
See what I'm talking about with the kicker? Like, there's no rhyme or reason. As Tennessee, like, I get Florida, okay, but why am I getting constantly the Troy game, the Louisiana Monroe game? Like, I'm getting like these random. Look at this run. Like, why am I getting these random games, but I'm not seeing the USC score come up at all? Like, that's a huge issue. And I don't know what it is with the ticker, because it's broken in Madden as well. Madden 25.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the defense is going to have more plays like that.
Man, Greg Allen, what an impact the man has made, transferring over to Tennessee. We're going to go play fake, and Fritz is going to hang on to it, and I think he was looking for Brightwell and just missed him there. So that is going to bring up a 3rd and 12. And what's a pretty big play here for the Vols.
Nice job by the defense.
Fritz gets rid of it to Andy Kinder, right on the Aflac duck, and it is a first down, a massive first down on a 3rd down play for Tennessee. There is Allen. I want to know, where was Allen? Maybe we can look at his numbers after this game from his past. What did he do the last couple years?
Handoff to the single running back.
But welcome to Tennessee. Sorry, Mike Brightwell. I know disappointment losing the starting job when you rushed for 1,500 yards the year before. He didn't transfer, though. He stuck with us. He's a junior, knowing he might get that job back.
He'll come out throwing on first down.
Boy, everybody is covered, and Fritz just has to eat the sack on that one. There wasn't anybody open that I saw.
They're in the red zone. They're like, no. We're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Again, nobody is open. Fritz, he's able to break loose. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Chris Fritz was able to somehow break free. He broke out of the sack. Nobody open. Nearly picked up the first down. All right, this is going to be all Allen on this one.
They'll try to power their way ahead.
Oh, 4th and inches. We got to go for it. We got to go for it. Look at these plays they're giving us. Strong toss? No, I want to go Allen right up the middle. Why is Allen not an option? Jeez Louise. Single back, goal line. Go single back. Yeah, halfback dive.
And the O will
Allen right up the middle. I see some openings. They're playing. Look at this. We don't have. They're playing like 6 guys in pass coverage. I don't know about that play call on their end, but we give it them right up the middle to Allen. Now maybe we can toss the outside since we got some room to play with here. Can he get his 4th touchdown of the day? There it is. 4 rushing touchdowns. And I think the Heisman race may have just switched from Uki to Allen. But Uki, right there, number 17, he's happy for his fellow teammate. Well, so far, we still got time, but Tennessee has not disappointed yet with their number 1 ranking.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Utah is putting on a show offensively.
Look at that, 18 of 18. 331, 6 touchdowns. Again, first time we're seeing a Utah score. Like, why are we not getting these scores on the ticker regularly?
21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Now the play fake. Throwing right.
Oh.
It's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last
Quinn
play.
Terrain.
We'll take a break to check him out.
Comes up injured on that play. Severe injury to his arm.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. They go to the ground. And maybe they want to try.
So interesting right now, an upper arm bruise. We'll sub him out, even though it says like he'll come back. Right now, Virginia, you're down by 3 scores. They seem pretty content to want to run the ball. Now they, I would say, an obvious passing situation here with no one in the backfield, but you can always have a quarterback scramble.
Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these
28-7, and only 1 catch for the Heisman candidate. It was an impressive one. think Greg Allen is kind of, he has stolen the show here in Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta.
They'll try to get it through the air. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass.
Sub them out. All right, 4th and 3, going for it.
No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains.
Might be the final shot, a last gasp for the Cavaliers. And it's a first down.
And that is plenty to give him a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this.
So Ruben is able to pick up the first down and continue to give the Cavaliers life. Now they're going into their 5-wide set repeatedly here.
Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback.
Mac with the deflection. Mac shooting.
I think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense.
There's Josh Hay. He wants to be a Heisman candidate. How weird is that to say that we have Heisman candidates? I know we're an SEC team, but as I mentioned, it's been a struggle so far this season. I should say the career of Peyton Manning up to this point. What a second sack for Josh Hay. As we enter the 4th quarter, again, patreon.com/TBSports27. We got a couple of different levels for you. We have our Patreon exclusive levels. Hay gets his 3rd sack, which is the lowest tier. We got an upper tier, which gives you kind of some of the Twitch VOD replays. Now that we're kind of streaming live, though, we'll have to see how we play around with that. Maybe that's something as far as like giving you those early releases. Now that we got kind of the different levels, if the PlayStation kind of screwed us, we'll have to play around with that. We also got the shout out level, which is level 3. Sign up, get an on-air shout out, a thank you as a Patreon supporter. All day in the pocket, has to dump it off short. It's going to be a race to the first down marker. An impressive effort and a lot of room, but it did not work out, and that may be where the Cavs number 24 ranking, even though you lose to number 1, that might knock you out of the top 25. We'll see. And Allen still going strong. Maybe at this point in the game, I don't know, we want to keep rushing them or not getting them hurt if this game is pretty much wrapped up. Top level of Patreon, you get everything. You can request streams that you want to see. You can get an on-air shout-out as you can promote anything that you want. Promote a business, promote a social media on that top level on Patreon. We also have Discord access at level 3 and level 4. Oh, we're trying to get our Heisman candidate. That's twice now. I mean, we had the interception, we had that play. Our Heisman candidate has kind of gotten beat by the DBs. Allen, another impressive run. I don't want to keep burning the man. Maybe we just gotta get Brightwell in there. I'd like to get Allen one more touchdown, which would be crazy. High snap. It's going to be 4th and 2. We're going to go for it here. We're up by 3 touchdowns. I think the goal is Sambucci. If we get a blitz on the outside, we're dropping it off. If he drops back, I don't know where we go. Maybe Kinder? Oh, there we go. Right there. Yep, it is open. Perfect. That one won by Mike Fritz.
And the balls are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down.
Trying to put the finishing touches on this game with one more touchdown. There's your Heisman candidate. Down to the 6. Now they want us to throw it. Now I want to run it.
Stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Can we get Allen a 5th touchdown here? Let's go halfback direct.
2nd and goal for this offense.
Oh, it's Brightwell in there. So Brightwell might take the touchdown from Allen.
They'll go with a direct snap.
And he does. So Allen doesn't get 5, but Brightwell's going to get one on the ground.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
Try to add another to their lead. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive. And they finished it off.
So not a bad first game. The Kickoff Classic. We return home.
And it'll come out to the 25.
I think we get a bye week, so we can do a little recruiting here. And again, that'll be the test. The viewership on this video is going to be the test. If, you know, I'm going to put it all on this video. If we get over 100 views, then I will leave the recruiting and off-camera stuff in. If this video gets under 100 views, then I will do all the recruiting and bonus stuff over on Patreon.
For next week, and after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
So it's up to you, the viewers. It's up to you. And the reason I say Patreon is it's, you know, if it's not going to get the views on YouTube, if it's not going to get the high views, but people still like it, it may be for more of the hardcore fans, which is the Patreon viewers, who maybe will be more inclined to, you know, they want to see everything, but then it's not going to hurt the videos where people, maybe the casual YouTube viewer doesn't want to watch.
Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He's going to run it. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a
Ooh,
sack.
look at that
Great
spear.
something out of nothing.
Roman Reigns type spear.
Immediately short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, and there's the QB sack once again. I think we've had 4 or 5 sacks. Pass blocking's at 100 again as a reminder, but so 4th and 14. I mean, this game's basically in the books, but Virginia's going to take one more shot. As I was saying, we come back home. We head to Rocky Top in 2 weeks. I'm just going to kneel the ball. I'm not going to run it. What is it, special teams? Yeah. We head home to Rocky Top. We got a rematch with James Madison, who we shut out in Virginia. So we got another Virginia team on the books here. We shut them out last year on their home turf. They come here, part of a 3-game set. They'll come to Tennessee 2 times to play us after the shutout where we went to James Madison. Then we also will go to Orlando as we finish our home and home with UCF in the Bounce House, home of the national champion UCF Knights.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain
and then we will conclude our non-conference slate with Northern Illinois. It could be an interesting series. We'll see. We had the FIU series, which I'm almost worried to go out again. We had the where we got beat twice. FIU beat us on our home turf, and then we beat FIU. Kind of blew them out, and then we went to Miami, went to FIU. And there is Glenn. I think I've been calling him Greg Allen this whole time. Heisman Trophy winner, Glenn Allen. Glenn, Greg, whichever. We lost in like triple overtime to FIU, so they beat us 2 out of 3, which is kind of crazy. That was the one touchdown for Virginia, where our defense kind of broke down, but other than that, we locked and shut them down. We're going to see how the Heisman race looks after this, but yeah, that was an interesting series with FIU, and I'm wondering if this Northern Illinois series is going to turn out like that at all. But FIU, and that's why I thought Peyton Manning, we were going to be toast, that we were going to be done, because we had those struggles. We lost twice to FIU, once on our home turf. We went to overtime with Charlotte. We've had some other really bad losses at home. I know for a while it was the non-conference slate, which was, I don't know if this music is copyrighted at all, so I'm going to try to get off of this as quickly as possible. But we had some early bad losses at home. Our non-conference slate that we were just really bad at. Talked about the FIU losses. We also lost. I think we lost to Georgia State at home at one point as well. I have to look at here. I'm going to pull up some old schedules while I'm sitting here. Yeah, lost to Florida International at home, and then lost to Georgia State at home, which was one bad loss there. Then we had another FIU loss. Then we went to overtime with Charlotte. That was my first year. So anyway, all that to say, to come around and to have this win here. We lost to UTEP as well, didn't we? Was that a loss? Or was that just like a really crazy close game? There was one year where my photos didn't save, so I lost the win-loss record for one season, which is rather annoying. There's UTEP. It was 28-16 was UTEP, so we had one close game. We got blown out 41-17 at home by Stanford. Then we had the 62-10 win. Anyway, all that to say, we have come a long way. Having that performance in week 1 is exactly what we were looking for. So, no complaints there. And let's do some recruiting here, and then let's end this video and see how many views we get. Josh Hay, SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Offensive Player of the Week's got to be Glenn Allen, right? Wow, no award for Glenn Allen. And what a 4. Who got, let's see, awards. Where's the awards? Players of the Week. Who got the Offensive Player of the Week? They gave it to Doug Fisher, who had 7 catches, 235 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That's hard to argue with as well. You could have gone either way. That's tough. Can't argue with that either way. I'm not going to disagree with that. It's in our conference as well. So cannot completely disagree with that. But I'm going to be interested to see the Heisman, to see if anything changed. And it did not. Greg Allen did not get up there. Nothing changed Heisman-wise. Our Duke Bragg, who's our top Heisman candidate, only 26 yards on the ground. So I'd say nobody really lit the world on fire other than Isaiah Owasika had a really nice performance. He probably should be moving up in the Heisman. Anything on the top 25 that looks crazy. And see, this is where I kind of mention about how the rankings are kind of... They can tend to get screwy in this game. Again, I'm going to mention that we played... All these top 25 teams played. I think we saw a score update from USC once. And, like, nobody else. But why is UCF, Michigan, a Big Ten team, why are they not ranked ahead of Auburn? Let's see what happened. Let's look at the scores. I mean, I know they go off of opponent and stuff like that as well, but it's like an undefeated Michigan should be ranked over an Auburn that lost. Yeah, that Penn State had some troubles. So NC State loses to Louisiana. They're 0-1, yet they're ranked ahead of Michigan. And Oklahoma, they lost to Tulsa. Wow, that's gonna cut into their recruiting when you lose to an in-state foe like that. That's not good. I mean, I know it was an FCS team, but they shut them out. And who did Auburn lose to? Auburn lost to Miami. So I suppose that's why in the rankings, in that regard, I can kind of see that. I'll give them that a little bit. But we'll see as it goes on here. But that is top 25 and no changes to the Heisman. So we got a bye week, right? So we'll do... We don't have any hours to do any recruiting? I guess they're all kind of... Unless we want to change some of these to, like, 25ers. Like this, like here, we can probably drop this down to 25 because he's so far ahead. Hopefully that sneeze didn't come out. I muted my mic, but I never know if the PS5 mic mutes as well. Let's see. Let's put some points in the mix in here. I want to give him a little bit of attention. We got 40 hours. We can schedule a visit with him. Do we know what he likes? Proximity to home is good. Let's schedule a visit with James Madison. Since we're kind of up there. Unfortunately, we lose a lot of our points, so we can't keep recruiting with him. But let's see if there's anybody else we can steal. Maybe we can put him down, but he's a 5-star, so I almost don't want to, like, you know, ruin it. Say, is there anybody we're so far behind that we can take points away from? Fortunately, we don't really have points to give here. See, a lot of these are still battles. Here we're probably okay if we want to get some points. We'll keep an eye out, but we can drop that down. A lot of these guys we need to stay at 50, and we're not really at the point where we can start doing the hard sell yet. Okay, so we got 25 points. Let's give it to Mixon. And then we will go 1 week, and I think we can do some more recruiting, and then we can end this episode. End this stream, if you will. Like I said, viewership will dictate. If we get over 100 views, I'll leave all this in. If we get less than 100 views on this stream, then I will move the recruiting stuff over to our Patreon members who are over there. So if you guys that really like this stuff, you can look at it. You can still enjoy it, but the viewers who might not like it wouldn't have to deal with it. So we got James Madison, which should hopefully, you would think, I don't know what they did in week 1. We also want to look at, we wanted to look at our running back here to see what he did in the past for having this impressive outing here. I don't think it's going to tell us what school he came. Oh, Purdue. He was with Purdue. Okay. So it does tell us if we go into the settings. So he came from Purdue, and whether or not he just felt like he wasn't getting the ball enough, he wasn't getting the I don't know. But he came in, and obviously he impressed the coaches because you had a 1,500-yard rusher that got beat out by this Glenn Allen. He got beat out by Glenn Allen, who only came in a season ago rushing for 600 yards. So a 600-yard rusher, you probably think, wow, 1,500-yard rusher is getting benched for a 600-yard rusher. Well, look what he did in week 1 with Tennessee. I mean, he had 33%, ask Scott Steiner, 33% of his output of the season in one game. So, impressive right there that he comes in. I guess just in Purdue, I mean, they went to the national championship 2-3 years ago, lost to Georgia, but he, felt like it wasn't working there because he made the bounce here, and it's worked out so far. So we had UCF, the win over Oklahoma State in overtime. Some big news. I don't know how he is the offensive player of the game with 4 rushes and 37 yards. That's kind of interesting. You would think someone passing-wise would be player of the game. Any changes top 25? Nothing crazy really to see. Kansas State's just not going to play football this year at 0-0. FAU, how'd they break into the top 25? Let's look at them real quick. Did they just have like a crazy impressive win? What did FAU do to get the respect? Guess we can't look at it there. Team schedule. FAU from what are they in? Conference USA? Breaking into the top 25 somehow with a win over FCS Midwest after giving up 25 points on defense. So somehow they have impressed the pollsters enough to get into the top 25, which is very interesting. Let's look at some other school. BYU, I mean, that's fine. Pac-12, Boise, not in the top 25, but FAU in the top 25. Undefeated Baylor of the Big 12, not in the top 25. Arkansas is in the top 25. Let's see. Let's keep going. This is kind of fun. That's no good. Undefeated Washington, not in the top 25. FAU in the top 25, though, folks. Texas Tech, they got a loss. Undefeated TCU, win over the same school, not in the top 25. FAU in the top 25. They like them. I don't know what to say. They like them. Any changes to the Heisman watch? There you go. There's some changes. So Glenn Allen has moved up. We got Greg Reinhardt of Oregon. And Uki goes down. So big outing for Allen. A lot of eyes going to be on his way. All right, we'll do a little more recruitment here. We got 40 more hours to give, which is a visit situation, typically. should we just go ahead and spend it on a visit? So what are we looking at? We're looking at default, national rank, our interest. So maybe the guys that are just interested, they're ready. Who do we spend? Yeah, he's a 90 national. We need a free safety, though. We only have 40 points to give. Let's get this visit scheduled. He likes our facilities. And anyone else we can steal points from, or we're just kind of in a... I think we're kind of just in a... I mean, we might be good here. I think we can steal some points. We can drop this down to like a DM, so that gets us 15 points. I think we're just kind of in a holding pattern. Here we go. He's way ahead. We'll have to keep an eye on it, because this is like a 5-star hidden gem. Make sure we're not ignoring him, but if that gap starts to close, maybe we get some of those points back, but... Now the question is, we got 30 points, so we'd have to use them. I was saying, do we schedule some visits? And it looks like our best course of action may be to just dole out some more points here to guys that need them, guys that are in battles. These guys are all leading the way. I mean, if they're at 50, you can't give them any more points. Let's finish. We haven't fully scouted him, but he wants to come here, and he's a 4-star. But I don't want to waste my scouting on that. We haven't done any scouting here. Let's just take a shot. Let's do a scholarship, because he's interested. And we'll reach out to friends and family. Okay. Alright, that is going to do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. TB Sports 27. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. Patreon.com/TBSports27 for bonus content. One of these non-conference games will probably end up on Patreon. So you want to make sure you're signed up over there. We're going to put a couple of games over there for our Patreon supporters. So make sure you're tuning in for that. And you're helping to support the channel by subscribing and clicking the thumbs up on this video. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. We got James Madison coming up. We got more WWE NWO Sold Out is coming up. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys next time. TB Sports 27.